The phone was lying face up on my kitchen table when I saw the photo on the screen, and for a few seconds I completely forgot how to breathe. It was a picture of my best friend as a little boy, sitting beside his mother on an old wooden porch, both of them smiling at the camera. But what caught my attention wasn't the photograph itself. It was the handwritten note visible behind them, pinned to the wall, carrying a name I had not heard in nearly 15 years. Then my best friend's mom called me and quietly asked, "Did you see the photo?" That question changed everything I thought I knew about my best friend's family. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of doing the right thing when nobody is watching, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to Kindness Space. Sometimes one small act of kindness can uncover a story that changes an entire life. My best friend Daniel had been part of my life since childhood. We had grown up on the same street, played football together, studied for exams together, and stood beside each other through the difficult years when life seemed determined to test us. Daniel was the kind of person who could make everyone laugh, but there was one subject he never discussed: his father. As far as I knew, Daniel's father had disappeared when Daniel was very young. His mother, Margaret, had raised him alone, working long hours and doing everything she could to give her son a decent life. Daniel never complained about it. He simply accepted that some questions were better left unanswered. One rainy evening, Margaret visited my apartment because she needed to drop off some documents for Daniel. She stayed only a few minutes, but in her hurry she accidentally left her phone on my kitchen counter. I noticed it after she had gone. Before I could call her, the screen lit up with a notification, and that was when I saw the photograph. It showed Daniel as a child, Margaret beside him, and behind them was an old house with a wooden sign bearing a family name I recognized from an old newspaper article. I had seen that name years earlier while helping Daniel research his family history. The man connected to it had been reported missing after a workplace accident. Daniel had always believed his father was gone forever. Margaret returned about 20 minutes later. Her face looked different when she saw the phone in my hand. She didn't seem angry. She looked frightened. She asked whether I had seen the photo, and when I admitted that I had, she sat quietly at my kitchen table. For years, she had carried a secret because she believed revealing it would destroy the son she had fought so hard to protect. She finally explained that Daniel's father had not simply disappeared. After the accident, he survived but suffered severe memory loss. He had spent years in another city under medical care, unable to remember his identity or contact his family. Margaret had eventually discovered the truth, but by then Daniel was already struggling emotionally and financially. She was terrified that bringing the past back would hurt him more than help him. So she kept searching quietly, hoping that one day she could find a safe way to reconnect them. The photograph on her phone was taken only weeks earlier. Daniel's father had finally remembered his name. I could hardly process what I was hearing. The man Daniel had mourned all his life was alive, but Margaret had one final problem. She was afraid Daniel would blame her for hiding the truth. She asked me not to tell him immediately because she wanted to prepare him emotionally. I understood her fear, but I also knew Daniel deserved the truth. After a long conversation, we agreed that I would help her arrange the meeting. 2 days later, Daniel arrived at my apartment, completely unaware of what was waiting for him. When he saw the older man standing near my doorway, he froze. The man stared at him for several seconds before slowly saying his name. Daniel's face changed instantly. Years of confusion, anger, and loneliness seemed to collapse into one moment. He didn't run forward immediately.